How many times have you seen some fat, balding bastard with a hot woman, right? You see him with some hot woman and you say to yourself, I am so much better than that fat, balding fuck. How come that hot chick isn't with me? Why is she with him? And so, of course, you say to yourself, oh, she's a gold digger, she's a whore, or something like that, something nonsensically stupid, yeah? Because that's not the case. You're misunderstanding what women find attractive, see? What women find attractive is not objective criteria. No. It's always relative. Or more accurately, it's always relative to what other people think, to what other people believe. You're a good-looking kid, yeah? You're smart, you got a lot of qualities, you got a lot of talent. Maybe you're good at playing guitar or whatever, and you've read like a bunch of books, and you're smart and whatnot. You got your IQ tested, and you got like a whole 130 IQ points. Good for you, right? But see, if you're a no one socially, and that hot girl sees that fat, balding guy has, say, an Oscar for Best Director or something like that, right? Or he's like a big deal in the fashion industry. Or maybe he's not even in any kind of like sexy business. It could be that he's like a muckety-muck in the cement mixing business, right? But because of that, he's got a lot of people, and she's seen a lot of people go up to him and fawn over him. They fawn over him. I mean, he's in the cement mixing business, but she has seen how other people try to curry favor with him. She has seen how other people who seem very important, and perhaps other women who are very attractive, go up to him and try to make nice with him and try to curry favor. And what happens to that hot woman who sees that? Who sees that fat, balding old guy gets all this positive attention from other people. What do you think happens to her? Easy. She automatically finds that fat, balding old guy incredibly attractive. Much more attractive than you. Of course, because women value men relative to what other people think. If other people that a hot girl wants to get in good with, you know, her social environment, if other people think that you're aces, that you're great, she's going to find you aces. She's going to think that you're great. But if the people around her don't know that you exist, and they look at you as if you're just some rando, right? She's going to look at you as if you were some rando. And perhaps you're incredibly good looking. Well, then if you're incredibly good looking, she might pay attention to you just because of, you know, you look good. But if you open your mouth and you don't fit in with her crowd, if you, even though you're attractive, but you don't have things that the people in her crowd find interesting or attractive or valuable, then no matter how attractive, physically attractive you might be, she's not going to find you attractive either. She'll say, oh, he's really attractive, really handsome, but yeah, he's nobody. You see? You have to understand, guys look at things objectively. And it's the nature of what we find sexually attractive. See, we do not care if a woman does not have any education and comes from a very humble background. If she's hot, she's hot. She's objectively hot. And I don't care what feminists say. We all know that women are objectively hot, okay? She comes from some village in Siberia, right? And she never even finished elementary school because there was no school beyond the 5th grade in her shithole village in Siberia, right? But if she's hot, you know, she's 5'10", thin, great ass, great boobs, great face, doesn't matter. We don't care because we look at objective qualities. But women don't. That's the thing. That's the secret. Women don't look at objective qualities in a man. They look at the qualities of a man relative to her social environment, or more properly said, relative to the guy's social environment. And so what do you have to do? Very obvious. See, if you want to attract a hot girl, then you have to make a splash in her social environment. That's what you have to do. And in game, for instance, it's very easy. You know, one of the principles of game, or one of the, whatever you want to call it, adages of game, is that when you see a hot girl with a bunch of her friends, what you want to do is not charm the girl, you want to charm the friends. Yeah, her social group. You charm the friends, you make the friends think that you're all that and more, you know. You're at some club, you see some hot girl with 3 of her girlfriends. You don't go up to the hot girl, no, you go up to the chubby girls. Yeah, you go up to the chubby girls and you charm them. And soon enough, once you've charmed the chubby girls, the hot girl's gonna start paying attention to you. That's how it works, that's how it's always worked, because women value a guy for his social position. That's the fact of it. They don't pay attention to a guy because of his objective qualities. They only care about his relative qualities, what the group, what the social environment that she and the guy share, what that social group thinks about the guy, thinks about you. Now, why does this matter? Well, because there are so many guys, perhaps you, right? You are not part of any social environment, right? And you're saying to yourself, well, I'm not getting any women, or not the women I want, right? I'm getting the casts off, you know, I'm getting, you know, the 500-pound land whales. I want to get high quality trim. How do I get high quality trim? Well, very simple. You got to move into the environment where the hot trim is. You got to be a part of that social milieu. You got to be a part of that social group and get people in that social group to think that you're aces. And that's how you get the hot women. At the start of this video, I told you about the hot girl who's with the fat, balding, older guy, and not you, okay? Well, why do you think? She's not a gold digger. That's stupid men think that. Stupid men think that, and stupid men fall for that trap. And it's easy because it's a bit like the Aesop's fable of the sour grapes. You know the sour grape story? It's the fox that kept on jumping and trying to grab the grapes that were just hanging there. And after a while, he got tired and he couldn't reach the damn grapes. And he said, they're probably sour, right? Yeah. Guys who say, oh, look at her, she's with that fat, balding old guy, she must be a gold digger. Oh, then I don't want her because she's a gold digger. Sour grapes! That's what's going on. A failure to understand the situation. A failure of imagination. Because by not understanding why that hot girl is with that guy who objectively is not as attractive as you are, but she's with that guy, by failing to understand the situation, the context of that relationship, the guy is failing to understand how he can improve his situation. And that's the point now, isn't it? You want to be improving your situation. You want to get that hot girl who's with the fat, balding old bastard to be with you. And you can do it if you understand what the fuck is going on. And what the fuck is going on is, of course, that the guy, you, who is outside of a social milieu, well, the hot girl, she's never going to pay attention to you. Simple as that. It's just never going to happen. You got to get involved in that social milieu. And how do you get involved in that social milieu? Well, each group is different, of course, but you've got to make friends. You got to make friends. That's how you do it. You make friends with people. You show them your value, not the hot girl that you want. No. The ugly girls or the random people in that social group. You show them your value. You show why they should want to be with you. I'm not talking sexually, of course, I'm talking about just as friends hanging out. That's what you do in order to get the woman that you want in some group or other. But so many guys fail to understand this. So many guys fall for the trap of sour grapes. And this never works. I mean, to me, it's so obvious. And perhaps it's because of a function of age. Because the fact of the matter is, I remember when I was young and I'd see some group and she was part of some clique or some group. And I could have accessed that group. I knew guys or other girls that I didn't find that hot or whatever, that if I'd made friends with them, if I'd cultivated them, I would have gotten in good with that group. And I would have had, access to that girl. And I could have gotten in good with this group, and that hot girl that I knew, she would have found me attractive. She would have wanted to be with me. But because I was stupid, because I failed to understand what women find attractive, I went about it the wrong way. I approached the girl directly. And since I didn't have any context for the girl, because I was not part of her social clique, she looked at me like, ew, get away from me. Yeah? Of course, she couldn't measure the value of me because I did have value. We all have value. But the thing is that value is only relative. It has to be contextualized. And that's the thing that so many guys fail to understand. That's what I failed to understand when I was young. The fact of the matter is, value in everything, in everything, is relative. It's relative to the context. Water is worth nothing practically, right? But if you're in a desert, it's worth a lot. Of course it is. Yeah, and you'll pay through the nose. You'll give your soul for a glass of water if you're stuck in the middle of the desert with no water. You see what I'm saying? It's all relative. You have to understand that. Your value as a man, especially to other women, okay? It's relative. It's not absolute. Guys think in absolute terms. Guys think in discrete terms. Discrete in the sense of taking something out of context and just examining it discreetly, just that little thing. We do that. Women don't. For them, it's always contextual. Always. I hope you've understood what I'm trying to say here. I mean, a lot of guys don't get it. A lot of guys, you know, they might watch this video once, maybe twice or three times, but they're still not going to get it. And I don't understand that. There are some men who just do not understand what women find attractive, and they don't even try to understand. They insist that women should be like men. We see a hot woman. We see a 5'10", 100-pound goddess, you know, from Siberia, right? Like I told you before. And we don't care about her accomplishments. We don't care about her education. We don't care about anything except for the fact that she is objectively hot. And we go for her. That's what we all do as guys, but there are some guys who automatically assume and are locked into this worldview that women should be the same. And so the guy thinks, well, you know, I work out, I have a lot of education, I have a lot of IQ points, I've read a lot of books, so she should automatically find me interesting. And the fact that she doesn't means that she's flawed, she's screwed up, she's just, you know, a gold digger or this or that or the other. Jesus Christ, it's just so damn frustrating. Yeah, because you can't teach these guys anything. And if you're one of them and you're like, why are you upset with me, coach? Yeah, it's because you're so pig-headed. You have to expand your head. You have to understand that what you consider valuable is not what other people consider valuable. And what most men consider valuable is not what women consider valuable, because men and women are different. Men and women have radically different priorities. And these priorities come from evolution, come from the fact that women bear children and men do not. It comes from biological reality that will never change, okay? It's never going to change. It's always going to be the same. You have to understand this. Once you understand it, I mean really understand it in your bones, then this shit's easy. Then it's easy as pie. Yeah. But you have to open your head and understand that what you find valuable is not what women find valuable, and it never will